A definition tells what a term means and how it differs from other terms in its class. A definition also explains what something or someone is. There are two types of definitions. One is a formal definition, which is a brief explanation commonly found in print or online dictionaries. Next is an extended definition, which is a longer, more complex definition. A formal definition and dictionaries have a standard three-part structure. First is the term to be defined. Second is the class it is part of. And finally, the qualities that differentiate it from other terms in the same class. Let's look at the term cell. Its class is a unit of protoplasm. What differentiates a cell from any other term in the same class is that a cell has a nucleus, cytoplasm, and an enclosing membrane. The same applies to the term authority. The term is a power which commands and requires obedience. An extended definition can be introduced by a brief formal definition. It also helps support the essay's thesis, but it does not follow a set pattern of development. Instead, it uses whatever strategies best suits the writer's purpose, the term being defined, or the writing situation. You can use definitions on exams, abstractions such as freedom, controversial terms such as the right to live, slang terms such as y'all, when you know the term is unfamiliar to the reader and when the term has more than one meaning. Ways to phrase your definition include providing a true definition, not just a description, such as happiness is a 4-day weekend. Remember that repetition is not definition. The statement, abstract art is a school of artists whose works are abstract, clarifies nothing for your reader. And define as narrowly and accurately as possible, clearly differentiating the term from other terms in its class. There are several ways to organize your definition essay. You can organize it by using one of these patterns. Exemplification, which is using examples that define the term. Description, which is describing the term. Compare and contrast, which is comparing the term to another term. Process, which is explaining the process of the term. And classification and division, which is classifying and dividing the term into different subclasses. When you organize your introduction, you want to identify the term being defined in the essay. You will also state your thesis statement, which provides a focus for your definition essay, showing readers your approach to the definition. An example thesis statement for an essay on behaviorism is contrary to its critics' objections. Behaviorism is a valid approach for treating a wide variety of psychological dysfunctions. There are several different ways to organize your body paragraph. You can use synonyms, which is list words with the same meanings. You can use negations, which is listing antonyms of the terms. You can use enumerations, which is listing the term's characteristics. Analogies, identifying similarities between a familiar and unfamiliar term. Or you can list its origin and development, where and how the term formed. When it comes to writing your conclusion, you want to remind your reader why you've chosen to define the term you did, and you want to restate your thesis. When it comes to using transitional words and phrases, you can use just about any of them you want. Here's a list of some of the ones you can use. Here are a few examples taken from the definition essays. The word untouchable is commonly defined as that which cannot or should not be touched. This is an example of using a definition in one of your sentences. The next example, the World Book Dictionary located the origin of the term wife beater in the 1970s from the stereotype of Midwestern males wearing an undershirt while beating his wife. This example explains the origin of the word wife beater. The next example, for Mexicans over the centuries, the tortilla has served as the spoon and the fork, the plate, and the napkin. This example uses analogies to help the reader better understand the term tortilla. And for the last example, I want a wife to make sure my children eat properly and are kept clean. I want a wife who will take care of my physical needs. I want a wife who will not bother me with rambling complaints about a wife's duties. I want a wife who will take care of the details of my social life. This example uses enumerations to list several specific traits of what a wife does.